With Brexit looming, questions over Britain's future role, not only as an international player, but also in multilateral institutions such as the United Nations, multiply. At a recent event by ECFR and the Dutch Embassy in the United Kingdom, a panel of experts discussed what impact Brexit could have on European diplomacy at the UN.
The UN is a very, very complicated diplomatic system. Actually, British and European diplomats are interacting all the time. So you don't need to set up complex new structures, but you need both sides to have the political will to work together. And the UK in particular has to avoid defaulting to a position where it just sticks very, very close to the US. Some American diplomats joke that after Brexit there's going to be a USUC coalition of the Americans and British in New York. I think that would be very bad for the British because it will lower their diplomatic leverage, and on many issues London doesn't really want to stay very close to the Trump administration. My recommendations for the British are to become a sort of super Norway. Norway is outside the EU, but it's an influential member of the UN system, and it really invests in peacekeeping, mediation and development. Now, the UK could do the same, but on an even bigger scale.
The UK leaving the EU will also cause dilemmas for other countries, such as France and Germany.
France is going to be the only EU member of the Security Council with a permanent seat, and I think it's going to come under a lot of pressure from other countries to really represent EU positions in New York and not just its own French interests. French diplomats are not very keen on subsuming their diplomacy within EU frameworks. The other power that could actually increase its influence at the UN is Germany. Germany for a long time has deferred to the British and French on UN affairs, partially because it does not have a veto in the Security Council. But Germany has really raised its diplomatic game at the UN. It's investing in peacekeeping, conflict prevention. It's Europe's single biggest aid donor. And Germany's going to have to speak up a lot more in the Security Council, where it should be a member in 2019, but more generally throughout the UN system.